What's up, everybody? This is Jay, and this is Empire Season 5. Who's in the casket? Now, I want to thank everybody that support my work at patreon.com/JMoore Reviews, and also everybody that supports my work at paypal.com. The links is in the description box below. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click that like button if you enjoyed the video. Now let's get into it. We've been seeing the way that Season 5 started off with Lucius, Lulu, sad in front of a casket, and he's resting his hands on it as if he's still trying to be close to whoever's in there. And so it's giving me the reason to believe that it is someone close to him and someone that he cared about. Otherwise he would have walked away like most people do, but he's still there. He doesn't want to leave. He wants to get those last few moments. So let's go down the usual suspects. First, we got Hakeem. Okay, let's see what Hakeem has been up to. He's been acting wild ever since the shooting. When we first kick off Season 5, Lucius is looking at a video of Hakeem and Tiana, and he's reminiscent and sympathetic to the fact that this wasn't able to come out. And so he knows that Hakeem has been going through a lot. Hakeem has been having crazy dreams, waking up in the deep sweat, and so he hasn't been himself, and he's had breathing problems ever since he got blasted with the shotty. He hasn't been able to have his flow as he usually does. And so yeah, Jamal's trying to help him with that, but at the same time he doesn't feel himself, as well as the things going on with Tiana. And then he also is traumatized with the shotgun dreams, so it also drove him into the point of carrying guns with him all the time. Even when he went to Empire, he was carrying a gun. And so now he's very self-conscious of what happened. He's trying to poke Mr. Headquarters in the head, and you don't want to play with that head right there. That's more than he bargained for. And so pretty much he was in a downward spiral, and so he had to move in with Lucius and Cookie, and so that's why I think it may not be him. And then another note, based on the size of the casket, we know it's not Becky because the casket is too small. He would have needed double XL. Plus she was there comforting Lucius while he was crying, which gives us another reason to think that it's somebody really close to him. Next up on the list is Jamal. Okay, Jamal has had a lot of stuff go on in his life, but he's pretty much the calmest of the three. But he's been living reckless as well. He was having a long distance relationship with a chocolate milk dud head dude, and he's brought him by, and Lucius and Cookie were all happy to see him. They met at a bar when somebody slipped Jamal a Mickey and was about to have their way with him, but he saved him. But Jamal, waking up seeing the stuff all over the news, went to confront him. He had to track him down. It was easy because dude was wearing these floods, so he was able to follow the drip, track dude down. Dude was able to tell him, hey, that was not my intentions. That's not how it was supposed to go. They ended up hooking up, becoming friends. One night at the house, he noticed his chesticles hanging out, and he saw it was a tattoo on there. So what he did was ask him about the tattoo, and his boy, his friend, didn't really want to get into that at the moment. But what we had later learned as they became closer, because at first they wanted to tongue wrestle for a while. He wasn't trying to talk really too much. But the next morning he came back in a deep sweat, and he was telling him about what happened and what it meant. And he was explaining to him that, hey, this is a time when I wasn't careful with myself, and I'm HIV positive. And Jamal, he took it real responsibly and said, hey, that's no problem. I still love you. You're perfect the way you are. Just come on in here and give me some of that chocolate milk dud. And so they pretty much, he may be injured or something because of living reckless with dude. He may have contracted something, condoms aren't 100%. But nevertheless, if that wasn't even the case, he was so upset because his boyfriend became missing. And so he was ready to go and fight for his love. He was ready to go track him down, follow that drip, cross continents, and locate him. He was going to marry him. He had a ring and everything. Becky couldn't even believe it. So she knows that Jamal, once he got that news from Mr. Belvedere that his boo thing was missing, it would be nothing that would stop him from that. He needed to get that feel. And so Cookie and everybody tried to talk him out of it. Lucius tried to tell him that he was missing and that his ID and stuff was found on the side of the road, but Jamal wasn't really trying to hear it, and he tried to put up the deuces to Cookie. He didn't want that hug, but she said, "Come here, boy, and give me that hug." Tried to squeeze him, make him feel good, and Lucius knows that his boy is fragile right now. And so next up is Andre, and this is who I believe is the most likely of the three. Andre is now a changed man. He's been in the pen, he's been in solitary, he's been getting swole, he got his little Lion King tat on his back. He ready to roll. He been putting together a little organization. He got a little general up under him, calling shots, a lieutenant. And so it was this guy Debo, as we all know, that was causing problems, and he was beating up on this little baby nuts young dude, and that dude couldn't fight, but he did know how to throw a mean face. And so what happened was Andre was feeling bad that he was getting picked on, and so he put his lieutenant on the mission to take out baby Debo. And so they ended up hemming him up in the 211, and then next thing you know, they just poked him up real good and pretty much had his shirt looking like the Kool-Aid man inside the prison. And Andre was all smiles because now baby nuts don't have to pucker up his butthole no more, worrying about Debo trying to sneak in through the back door. But once Andre was out, he still had that mentality. Lucius wanted to collect on his own. Andre appeared when Lucius was talking to Sonny, and he was talking to him, making small talk before he went to the collection. Andre smiled it off, but then he added in, "Hey man, you did have a few winners. You should have a little money. You ain't invested no money in upgrading this place." And so Sonny looked worried because Andre swole. He had his arm crossed, letting them see the two guns loaded, cock diesel. And Lucius tried to mitigate between the two, saying, "Yeah, well, you know, Andre, they gotta pay for a lot of the losers too, the winners." And Andre didn't appreciate how Lucius kind of let Sonny off the hook, because Andre, he's ready to pretty much close up shop like it was Goldblatts on this dude. Man, he ain't playing with Sonny. And so pretty much Andre, he gets out, he talks to Lulu once they come out, and he's saying, "Hey, you can't let him off so easy or we'll never collect, because people will think that we're soft." And so he's definitely got that prison mentality that Lucius had to let him know, "Hey, you did the bid, but you can't come out here telling me how to do my job and how to collect." And so Andre, he had to, swallow his pride for a moment. But the very next stop, when Lucius tried to collect from this fake Italian job wannabe dude, and dude told him, "You pretty much get bupkis," Lucius got mad. He was ready to throw down with the big beefcake bodyguard. But Andre, he was trying to calm Lucius down, and he told him, "Hey, look, why don't we make something happen?" And when dude talked to him crazy, he straight up that biscuit and popped the white Italian job in the knee, turned him into a Negro, full-blooded. And so Andre, he wasn't playing. He didn't have no hesitation, and straight up pop dude. And so once it was all over, Lucius tried to talk to him and let him know his importance and why he didn't want him in that type of situation, because he needs him to create the next Empire Extreme and run the business, but Andre didn't seem like he wanted to hear that. He wanted to be a goon squad. And so last but not least is Cookie. We all know that if that cookie crumbled, Lucius, he already threatened the Most High, which was a mistake. But that's the love of his life. He fell in love with Cookie after all they've been through. But the problem is Cookie got a bad ticker. Last year, she had a heart attack, and she got a lot of stress going on with suing to get Empire back, the marriage with Lucius, Andre getting out of jail, was in jail. She also got problems with Hakeem, everybody. So Cookie is overstressed, is my point. And she's trying to decide, should she keep her condo or sell it or help Lucius give a show to the crowd. Come here, baby. And give Jamal the show to the crowd so he feel better. But she's used to being on the gravy train with biscuit wheels. And that's over. She had to sell her furs and everything. And Hakeem living at home. She just worrying about everything. So I don't know, man. He needs to dip that cookie in milk before it's too late, because it's getting dried out. And as far as the ones trying to take him down, you got Dee Dee, Diana Dubois. You got the whole Cosby family in the pen trying to plan something. You got Giselle, and yeah, she looks good, but as far as being formidable, I'm not sure about that. And as far as Kingsley, he's way out of his league. He might try to pull out his Microsoft and see what's shaking, but in the end, he ain't ready to get into a pissing contest with Lucius. In my opinion, with all the stuff going on with Lucius, and then they threw a monkey wrench, because when Lucius was sitting there, they showed him crying. They showed Becky trying to console him. Then, when they were carrying out the casket, and Cosby was on house arrest, so he came to talk to him, and he was telling him about what was going on. The feds, the alphabet boys came in, and so the feds came in and they wanted to question him, and Cosby was trying to hold them off, but I don't know how long that would work. And then after last episode, we see Lucius with blood on his sleeve and blood on his side. It looks like he probably went to collect and something went wrong. And so I'm wondering if Andre was involved with that or what. But whatever happened, it was partly Lucius' fault. He was involved in it. And so that's probably why he crying. He did mumble the words, "I'm sorry," over the casket before they took it away. In the end, I'm trying to decide. I think it's Andre, and I'm going to look at it in multiple ways. One way, he's the one that's got the most drama going on around him. But then the second reason I believe is his character is the one that can be sacrificed and the show continue. It's the one that can be sacrificed the most. He's no longer doing anything really. He's not in a relationship. So we'll see. In the end, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm interested to read your comments to see who you think is in the casket. And let's stay tuned till we find out. Peace, and I'll see you on the next one.